So welcome to this update. Welcome to this update video for today, August 21st, I believe it is, 2014, and we still have a bit to talk about since we have 3 systems now on our radar. First of all, we had Hurricane Lowell yesterday. However, Lowell weakened over the past 24 hours. It's down to 55 knots, so it's still a high-end tropical storm. And Lowell has had kind of a unique structure that I've only seen one other time in a tropical cyclone. The other time was in Hurricane Daniel in 1982, and it had pretty much this big eye. And it also was like this storm in the West Pacific, Talus. It had this big eye surrounded by this thin area of deep convection. And it still has that now, but the convection is weaker, and the eye in the convection is more ragged. And it was at 65 knots at peak, though honestly, I think in the eye feature, I noticed satellite intensity estimates are all messed up, because they don't know what to classify this eye as, and there's constraints, and there's limits, because you're only allowed to go to, I think, is it 4 or 5.0, with the ragged bearing eye type, and thus the storm only got as high as 4.0 on the black scale, but it probably was around, I'd say, 70 knots at peak. We'll see what the NEC does postseason. And now we have Tropical Storm Karina, which is continuing to struggle on. It's kind of fluctuating a bit. Now it's at 60 knots. Now it's the highest it's been since its peak intensity, and it could become a hurricane. This was originally forecast to merge with Lowell and move northeast. Now it's forecast to go east and probably eventually northeast, and eventually possibly collide with now Tropical Storm Mary, which is in an explosive deepening phase. Now, Mary was the system that I mentioned for past few videos that could be extremely powerful. And so far, I have been proven right, because it is extremely powerful. Because it is still forecast to become extremely powerful, and it's already in the rapid intensification phase. It's probably at 50 to 55 knots based on appearance. The NEC latest advisory, which is a couple hours old, and before the central dense overcast became better defined, was at 45 knots, and so it's probably a bit stronger now, and probably will be approaching hurricane strength, or it will be declared a hurricane later today or tonight. It's developing at a very fast rate, very similar to both Hurricane Rick and Hurricane Linda in terms of structure and how they organize. Hurricane Kiko in 1983 as well, so similar to both Rick 80, Rick 09, Linda 97, and Kiko 83. So it can easily rival those three and become one of the class of the East Pacific, which is really nothing to really stop me for the next at least 4 to 5 days. Thereafter, the sea surface temperatures do begin to decline. We'll see what happens, but I give it at least until Monday to intensify. Actually, no, even if the system undergoes an ERC and kind of stops the intensification process, as we've seen happen, especially in the case of Hurricane Amelia in 2012, which we can like 120 hours category 4 to like around a 85 knot category 2 hurricane between ERC. Even Hilly was unable to reach Cat 5 between ERC, kind of sometimes at around 100 to 125 knots. The hurricane reaches kind of a steady state, but sometimes it keeps intensifying. However, I will lean towards a more intensifying scenario that would result in this system becoming around 140, 145, maybe even get as high as 160, and that's what Linda got to. The system's probably going to have a slightly lower pressure than Linda, due to its large size, and I would put its peak intensity at around 900 millibars that no East Pacific hurricane on record has ever attained. The models remain super aggressive for this. Even the global models in the system can easily just really not have much time, not have much trouble becoming the Category 5 hurricane. I mean, it should become a major tomorrow, maybe even sooner. The ANC currently has this coming 120 knots per light, but most rapidly intensifying tropical cyclones that is likely conservative. And the system should, at minimum, peak, I'd say, anywhere from 120 to 160. Right now, if you had me to pick a number, I'd probably pick either 135 or 140 for its peak. 140 would make it a Category 5 hurricane. Now, assuming Amanda does not get upgraded to a Category 5 hurricane, which it could, that would make it the first of the season. And that would be the first Category 5 hurricane since June 2010, when Hurricane Cecilia became a Category 5 hurricane, with winds of 140 knots around in late June, and that was part of the, what was tied for the least active season on record, interestingly enough. And on the other side of the world, on the other side, on the other side of the coin, assuming it becomes a Category 5 in August, which it will, it would become the first Category 5 hurricane in the East Pacific in the month of August since 1997. That was Hurricane Guillermo, and that's there at the beginning of the month. So really the sky's the limit. I mean, eventually some will weaken, but another thing that worth noting is that it's very large, and there's going to be a lot of rough surf, and even some Arab bands might even go on shore to Mexican coast. It'll be something worth monitoring. The core of this probable very powerful hurricane is likely to remain far offshore. So that is the good news. And that will do it for this update video. Bye.